LG.
As men get older, our bodies change, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some changes like bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and more could be due to low testosterone, and that is something you can change. This is Jeff for the Atlantic Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing these symptoms, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. If you're like most guys, you'll be amazed at the change. More energy, better workouts, improved mental clarity and sleep, and your sex drive will likely increase too. Call us today.
Kick off summer in style during the Bears pre-Memorial Day sale. Take 40% plus an extra 10% off store-wide. Save even more on Bears best buys, like this 100% genuine leather power motion sofa from Natuzzi Editions, or the tropical charm of this Cane Bay Queen bed, just $5.98. Plus, take 10% off Tommy Bahama Home and Lexington. Create the oasis you deserve. Exceptional style, unbeatable savings. Now at Bears pre-Memorial Day sale.
Right now at Affordable Dentures and Implants, new denture wearers save an average of $700 with a free smile upgrade to our premium package for the price of an economy. Call today. Offer ends soon.
Go ahead and smile.
The weather station like us. 7 News 19. The weather station like us. Now at 10.
Heartbreak at home. A man working on his RV when it crushes him. A building along a busy street partially collapses. A pedestrian and drivers barely get out of the way. The story first on 7. Fire crews getting the upper hand in a grass fire burning dangerously close to homes. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., the nation's Health and Human Services Secretary, with what some are saying concerning comments while testifying before Congress.
I don't think people should be taking advice, medical advice from me.
And weeks before storm season, FEMA canceling classes at a hurricane conference that has first responders scratching their heads. Good morning, South Florida. Happy Thursday. I'm Alex DeArmond.
And I'm Tavares Jones. Today in Florida at 10 starts now.
This is 7 News Today in Florida.
Here's a live view of downtown Miami on this Thursday morning. A nice, calm start to our day. It's just going to get really, really hot soon.
Stay hydrated. Let's get your check of area weather. Meteorologist Erica Zolgado in the Plex with the first look for us. Hey, Erica, good morning.
Hey, Alex Tavares.
He's trying to run a one-man band out there. Behind his seat and leave comments below. This is a make or break season. He's got to make an impact. Good morning to all you beautiful people out there across YouTube. How the hell is everybody doing in the chat right now? We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to dive into. And yes, we got live callers today. Everybody in the chat, I'm going to drop those links in there. Everything works okay. You guys be able to call into the live stream, hang out with me for a minute. You guys will get a chance to see all that. So I'm looking forward to having you guys call into the show. That will be very, very interesting for all you beautiful people right now. Yes, it is true. You can call into the show live today, and we're going to make sure that all of this is working and rocking and rolling. Get those kinks out, and if not, we'll make it work how we get it. So people in the chat right now, everybody watching in the building right now, everybody put Diddy in the chat right now. We're diving into it. We got a lot of updates. We got some news. We got information we got to talk about. People coming to the chat right now, welcome back, everybody, to the Brandon Mason Show. You know, and I got these wires hanging over my damn shoulder. You know, I don't need them. I got little earpieces and shit. I can show you all kind of cool gadgets and things. But you know what? It just sounds better in my damn headphones. I can hear everything plugged in loud and clear without Bluetooth and all that shit, right? So I want to get it right, and I can make sure everything sounds good in the damn building. People in the live stream, who's in the chat right now? Chrome, how you feeling? My little melting pot in the building. Diggs in the house. Let's go. Lala, Abigail, Drew in the house. Pops, Tracy, Victoria, George Pearson, pretty official in the house. How the hell are you feeling? Welcome to the show. Gio, if you're here for the first time in the morning show, in the chat, put first time right now. If it's your first time in our morning show, put first time right now as I scroll up. Jeff Lee in the building. How are you doing? Pitbull Mama, how are you? Tracy, Candy, our beautiful moderator, Sweet Cheeks, changed her name to Sweet Cheeks. Okay, in the chat right now. Everybody, Roger in the house, Stevie's girl. If I didn't say your name yet, it's because we're trying to scroll up and read them in a row. I apologize. Put a message in the chat right now so I can say your freaking name. People watching live right now, listen. Diddy right now is going to get up there today, and they got to go over some new shit. And I got my coffee right here, and yes, we got a bunch of videos. You know, I always give you some new videos. I got the tea. We go back and we get a refresher, right? We got some of those refreshers out there. Listen, people in the chat right now, I got a lot of shit to tell you, and yes, you'll be able to call in live today. Everybody that, listen, we don't have a lot of time for everybody, but people can call and I'll put the link in the chat, and you can jump in there and have conversation with me right here on the live stream, which is going to be very interesting to get your perspective and let you guys talk in the building. So we're going to go through. I got the lower thirds. You know, we got it. Obviously, we're going to talk about the plea deal. We didn't get to that again. Yes, I kept saying that, and we didn't get a chance to get to that, right? We got Cassie opens up now. She's starting to talk about it more. She's going into depth. I'm going to tell you right now what she said. I'm going to break down a little bit more detail, some of what some of the attorneys said. I'm going to break down for you some of the shit that you got to hear, people. You know, right now we're going to dive into that with Cassie. She is pregnant as fuck. Let's just call it like it is. You want to say pregnant AF if you want. She's going to get in trouble. That's fine. We're going to go over that here in just one moment, right? We got the witness that was missing. We got shit we got to talk about with that. And we're going to move into this. The jury views the tapes, people. Yes, yes. The jury got a chance to view the tapes, the freak-offs, the hours and hours and hours. Listen, they said when the jury got a chance to view the tapes, the one woman just covered her face like this. One guy said, like, can you imagine the you know, they pass it around, little piece of paper or whatever, right? And they show you even just photographs, and you're like, oh, like, we talked about the freak off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talked about the freak off, and you're just like, oh, that's a freak off, right? Like, you get a chance to see a freak off for real. People in the chat, you know what I'm talking about. And yes, listen, I want to talk about that. Derek B in the chat, I'm glad you said that. I want to talk about that. And people in the chat for the first time that are joining us in the morning, let me pin you to the top. Listen, if you're here for the first time, shout them out right now. If someone says they're here for the first time, show them some freaking love right now, because we got to do that, showing them love for joining our show in the morning. Listen, what I want to tell you is, we'll get to Cassie in just a minute, but the jury got a chance yesterday to view the images of the freak-offs. Now, without even seeing a video, just seeing the image, like, you hear about it, you're like, oh, yeah, the freak-off. Yeah, we know, okay, Cassie, this happened. We talked about it. The urine, we're going to all that. We got the videos. We're going to recap from yesterday, some of the videos we got to see. If you didn't see it, I'll recap. And I'm going to go over some shit today you guys got to hear. People in the chat right now, watching live, smack that like button right now. I want to go over it. They viewed the tapes, or I should say the photos, and when they pass it around and you hear about it, you're in your mind, you're thinking about the tapes and the video and the photos, and then you see them in person, and the jury said, oh, like, what does that do at that point, right? At first, you're like, okay, this puts it real, but it's already real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real right now, and all of a sudden, you're like, now I'm seeing the shit, like, really in my mind, like I'm seeing a picture of Cassie, right? Now, keep in mind, people in the chat right now, here's where it gets freaking interesting as hell. You got the tapes out there and the photos, but Cassie's husband is sitting in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying right now? Like, Cassie's husband is in the courtroom. Okay, let me break this down. And you have the jury sitting there. They want to see the shit. Then you got the people that are in the, little audience here. And then you got the judge up there, right? And the judge is like, all right, yeah, you could show the photos. All of Diddy's family, do you understand the feeling that's got to go through their mind when they see Cassie up on the stand, right? And they're like, yeah, Cassie was saying that, Diddy, the people up there, whatever, they were urine on her face, urinating on her face, and she couldn't even breathe. Like, was choking on it, right? Now, you could have started off with, you got peed on. There was urine on you, but she was choking on the urine. So now that puts in your mind, like, we're taking it real far right now, people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? 100 people in the building. I'm about to let a lot of people, I got some videos for you, but 100 people in the goddamn building, baby.
Make some noise!
Miss Lex in the house. Big Mama's in the building. People in the chat right now. We got live callers today. If you're here for the first time, in the chat right now, let us know if you're here for the first time. And listen, we got live callers today. Anybody that's watching right now, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. You're going to be able to call in right now. You hit the link and you're popping up on the screen next to me. So listen, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Whoever clicks on the link and gets in first is going to be in the show first. And you're going to be talking with me on the screen. I don't give a damn who calls in. I'm asking some questions. If you can answer and you got conversation, you got good connection, and we can hear you, then we're going to listen to you. You know what I'm saying? If you call in and we can't hear shit and we can't see you, then we're going to have to let you go and have a new caller. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to understand that. People in the chat right now, people that are joining us for the first time, I see some new people coming into the chat right now. Welcome to the live stream. I'm going to open up with this video because this video yesterday that I showed was pretty spot on. I'm going to start with that right now because I think that it's important to show this video to give you guys a quick synopsis. This is a recap of this, and then we're going to dive into some shit that we all got to hear in just one moment. But this is just a recap real quick. Pay close attention. Listen to the recap.
I was in the courtroom as Cassie was testifying, so let me tell you guys everything that you didn't see or may have not heard, because it's a lot. I will say the most damning part of her testimony for me is when she describes a freak-off where Diddy and another man, an escort, are standing on top of her while she is laying on the floor high off of ecstasy, and they are urinating on her face to the point where she is choking on their pee. And to further give context, on the right-hand side of the court, seated, is her husband, Alex Fine. On the left-hand side, Diddy's 6 out of 7 kids. We're sitting in the courtroom as Cassie is describing having weekly freak-offs for years that would last 2, 3, one lasted up to 4 days. She talked about damaging hotel rooms so bad in one instance that they had to pay such a hefty fee because the hotel told them that they needed to completely redecorate the room after a freak-off. After a freak-off, there would be blood, urine, and lots of baby oil. There was so much baby oil. There was also so much baby oil talk to the point where the judge at one point told prosecutors, wrap it up. But before we even got there, a very pregnant Cassie was called to the stand. She was wearing a tight brown turtleneck dress that was hugging her baby bump. When she sat down, you could tell she was nervous. And if you couldn't, you quickly picked up on it because once she started talking, you noticed that she paused a lot. She would sigh heavily before she answered a question. One of those moments was when she explained to the court that a year into their relationship, that Diddy had approached her with this fantasy that he had. He called it voyeurism, where he wanted to see her have sex with another man, later referred to as freak-offs. She said her stomach dropped. She was 22 years old. She described herself as very naive and a people pleaser. She said the only reason that she agreed to it is because she knew it would make him happy and she was afraid what would happen if she said no. That's also around the time, she says, that he started to get abusive. Most of her testimony today was spent on talking about these freak-offs, the different escorts that they would use, the different hotels that they would use. She said that she would find escorts off of Craigslist and this escort service called Cowboys for Angels. And to describe them, they weren't the most attractive men, right? They were very average looking. Some of them weren't even conventionally attractive. One thing they had in common is most of them were black because Diddy preferred for her black men with a big D, she said. At one point, Cassie broke down in tears when the prosecutor asked her, why didn't you leave? If the freak-offs, as you explained, were so disgusting and humiliating, why not leave? And she started crying and said that she was very deeply in love and this was the only alone time that she could get with Diddy. And it got to a point where this was kind of the only emotional connection that she was getting from this man that she was dating. So much more that I'll cover in another video, including his incessant phone calls.
All right, well, that was a little recap, right? And it was pretty strong. People join the chat right now. That was a damn recap that you got to see. You know what I'm saying? You got to hear it. And I show it. And I have a lot of shit I want to show you. The recap is important. Why do we recap on this shit? Because we got to get what we're talking about in the building first. Now, Cassie opens up, and yes, people, I got it right here with the missing witness, and then I got the jury viewing the tapes. Now, when the jury views the tapes, and they, listen, let me say, the photos, they pass around the photos, people coming to the chat right now. When they pass around the photos, we don't know what they can use in court yet. We keep saying they got the tapes, they got the videos, they're showing the camera footage, they got the freaking cell phones, they got the computers, they got the shit out. Listen, I'm just telling you right now, people in the chat, they got all the shit that they need. What can they use? You know what I'm saying? They got all the shit. They got the tapes. They got years of evidence. They got all kind of shit. They got testimonies. They got witnesses. The question is, what witnesses are going to be able to go up there and talk for real? 200 people in the building.
Make some noise!
Everybody put 200 in the chat. If you're watching live right now, smack that damn like button and show some love. I got some opportunities for you people watching live right now. Smack that damn like button right now. If you're watching live, we're talking about it. Listen, I got more clips I want to show you, and then I'm going to let people call in live to the show. If you're watching live right now in the building, make sure that you get ready. I don't care if you got to put makeup on. I don't care if you want to throw your glasses on. I don't care if you want to just make sure that you can put your lipstick on. I don't care if you're a guy in the building and you want to put on your bandana. I don't care what you do. But if you want to call into the show right now, get ready because I'm going to drop that link in the chat. And anybody that clicks on that link, you can call and you can talk to me. You will pop up on the screen right here, and I'll be right here. You will see it, and we can have conversation about this because I want to know what you guys are thinking about this. Because when I think about it, my mind starts to get a little confused. Like, okay, now, we got another video I want to show you in a second, but hold up. So Cassie's talking about all this. I want you guys to get the full understanding of this. So Cassie's diving into the whole story, and she's telling her whole thing. And her husband's sitting there like, all that urine was in your face? And I don't care what anybody said. And listen, I call it like it is on the damn channel. I just, look, you know what I'm saying? All I'm going to say is this. Everybody does what they want to do or don't want to do, and she wanted to please him. Now, I'm not saying that she was wrong. Obviously, she was a young girl, 21, 22, whatever, and he was controlling her life in a lot of ways. Now, why did she hang out with Diddy? Think about that for a second first. We got to dive into the whole thing, people. We can't just throw shade. We got to dive into the whole thing. What was the reasoning? Okay, if you're a subscriber of the show, put a Y in the chat right now. If you're a subscriber of the show, put a Y in the chat right now, everybody. What I'm saying is this. I'm going to go into these videos right here, a couple clips, some refreshers, and I want you guys to tell me, Cassie hung out with Diddy for what from the start? Okay, I'm saying from the start, he had opportunities for fame, right? He had an opportunity to bring people up in the industry right away, right? She went there for the fame or for some opportunities to start, right? Nothing wrong with that. Learning, right? Went there for some opportunities, right? Obviously, Cassie up on the stand right now, pregnant as fuck up there sitting there. And right now, she's not looking like the Cassie that, you know what I'm saying, was doing the Freakoffs, you know, if you get what I'm saying. Like, this was Cassie before, and Diddy was like, holy shit. And everybody watching this show right now, you can tell this is one of the most beautiful girls to ever walk. Like, you see this girl stand here like, damn, she's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure all those freaking escorts and Diddy and all these people, whatever, yeah, they were probably all interested in her. But when she came to the picture, she came because she wanted opportunities. Now, I don't even know if she was attracted to Diddy in the chat. People watching right now, 300 people in the building right now.
Make some noise!
Do you think that she was even attracted to Diddy, or did she just want the money in the chat? Forget the shit that happened. Let's rewind, people. Got caught like it is from the start. Do you think she came there because she liked Diddy? Do you think she came there because she wanted the money? Do you think she came there for what? Right in the chat. And you know, I just showed you what she looked like. She came in here looking like this. I'm not sure she even liked Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure she even liked Diddy. But now, up on the stand, sitting like this, her husband's in the damn audience, right? Sitting there, and they're talking about getting urine on your face and all this, and all these guys she had to sleep with. And look, I get it. She didn't want to sleep with all these guys, obviously. But the point is, her husband's like, you really did all that? And they're like, you know, shit, right? This is not really that good, right? So I'm going to show you some recaps real quick of our show. A quick recap if you're just joining us right now. We got to get to the recaps, okay? And I want to tell you something. I showed this video. For some reason, TMZ is letting us know and letting people know that they have all the contacts. TMZ is saying they cannot use the celebrity sex tapes and no minors in court. Now, if they're not going to use the sex tapes and the minors in court, you're throwing out a lot of shit that they had on Diddy from the start. Now, they got him in federal right now. The feds got him, and they do not mess this shit up. The feds don't mess this shit up. For the most part, they got like a 98% rate of your ass is going to jail, right? Prison. So they got a lot of shit. The question is, what can they use? And he's been sitting there for a while, and I showed you this video. These are some recaps. Guys, pay close attention to this.
There are no celebrity sex tapes that are going to be.
Now, I heard you say that. Why do you think that?
Because I know it.
Come on.
I just know it. I mean, look, we are really connected here. I mean, we have a lot of sources. There will be no celebrity sex tapes and no minors. And in a way, I got to say, it benefits the defense.
Look, before you go there, I agree with you on the minors. Otherwise, we'd have a charge.
No celebrity sex tapes.
No, I agree with you on the minors because we'd have a charge that would.
I know, but I'm telling you, no celebrity sex tapes in this case.
How?
None.
That's the whole story that's been, percolating.
I know, and that's why it benefits the defense.
So you seen that right there, right? So we're going to start with that. But if you're watching right now, live in the building, put where you're from, put your state in the chat right now. Everybody in the chat, put where you're from. And listen, people, yes, we got live callers coming in today. If you're watching live, I'm going to drop the link in the chat and people can call into the show. I'm going to drop that in there in just a moment. But what I'm saying is she was initially in it for the lifestyle, right? I don't think that she came into the building and she was like, I'm 100%, into Diddy because he's such a handsome dude or something like that. She might have started to like Diddy and maybe from the start a little bit, whatever. But she saw the lifestyle, right? Derek B up there, I pinned it to the top, said she was attracted to the lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that, people. I'm not hating on women. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying she came in there for the reasons that a lot of people will come in there for, okay? And when they come into the building and you start living this lifestyle, this fast lifestyle at 22, 23, you're dealing with some people that have a lot more experience than you, doing a lot of things. And all she wanted to do was please Diddy, right? And she's in the courtroom right now. If you're obviously another testimony, the cross-examination today, doing all this. And so she opens up and starts spilling all the beans. And she starts saying how she was humiliated. She's explaining how obviously, she believes now that she mentioned that he said that if she said anything or did anything against him, that he would release these tapes out to the public, okay? Which obviously that's a problem. Blackmail, whatever, that's an illegal, some of these coercion. They're trying to prove all this shit, people in the chat. You know what I'm talking about? They're trying to prove this shit. You know what I'm saying? So my problem is in the chat right now, if you're watching live, everybody put Diddy in the chat right now. If you're watching live, everybody watching live, put Diddy in the chat right now. Look at all the beautiful states in there. Look at all the beautiful countries. Put Diddy in the chat right now. Let YouTube know what we're talking about. Because I'm about to show you another clip right now before we got live callers coming in. Some of this shit is like, I want to say some of the stuff's entertaining, and then I want to say some of this shit is awkward. And so we're going to get through some of these clips right now to get an understanding of who Diddy was and the feeling, what people are saying, some of these artists. We're going to go through really quick his security guard. We got a lot of clips that we got to show really fast because I want you guys to feel what was actually going on and what people are saying right now. And then we're going to get to the live callers coming to the show. So if you're watching live right now, make sure that like button and subscribe. Mary, Nicole, how you feeling? Jason, people in the building for the first time, we love and appreciate you. If it's your first time watching, put first time in the chat. We greatly appreciate all of you people in the building right now. I'm pinning some of your messages to the top, things that you say. Watch live. I'm going to show the clips really quick right now. So pay close attention for the recap. And then we're going to get into some of the shit you got to hear today.
Wait, you've seen Diddy kiss a man?
I definitely seen Diddy kiss a man.
Continuously called Puff gay. Does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January.
Oh, that's what I walked into the room and seen Diddy kiss a man. A powerful man.
Okay. Can you say who that is?
That what I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone,
because that person is still in the music industry and it's a big dog. And
so if you were to say that name, I would know who that is right off top.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
So look, guys, the recap is so important. We got 500 people in the building.
Make some noise!
Everybody drop 500 in the chat right now. Look, yeah, we're diving into it right now. People, don't worry about it. We're about to do something special right now and get some live callers in the chat. If the audio is working for you guys, I got to make sure of it because that's the only problem sometimes with live callers. If you can't hear, we got to cut you off. So right now in the chat, I'm going to drop a link in the building right now. I'm going to get some of your ideas on this shit right now. Obviously, I got a couple of videos that I need to get through, but I want you guys to explain some of this stuff here. Obviously, we have a lot of things that we want to go over. We got a lot of interesting conversations. We have a lot of, the conversation on how long will he go to jail. We got clips, and then we're going to dive into the caller. So get ready right now. If you got your mobile device right now on your phone, if you got your mobile device, you got your computers, get ready to call into the screen. I'm giving you guys a chance to make sure you got your refresh right now before I do it. Watch this last clip before we do that.
After rejecting a plea deal, the stakes are even higher for Sean Diddy Combs as his criminal trial begins. If convicted on the racketeering charge that he used his business to sexually abuse and exploit women, he could face life in prison. He says all the sexual encounters were consensual and part of a swinger lifestyle. That's why jury selection is so important, and Diddy told the judge that he's feeling a little nervous about it. Nearly every juror so far has watched news or social media coverage of the case, and many have also seen the infamous CCTV footage of Diddy appearing to kick and beat his former partner, the R&B singer Cassie Ventura. And underscoring how high profile this trial is going to be, many celebrity names have already been mentioned, including the rapper Kid Cudi, who supported Cassie when she made her allegations against Diddy. The judge is sussing out the prospective jurors' answers to ensure they can be impartial. He'll need 12 jurors and 6 alternates to sit and hear the evidence, and of course, to try to reach a unanimous verdict.
So you guys know we're talking about Cassie on the stand, and then we're talking about them viewing the tapes and the videos and the evidence and the photos and whatever. Do you know how hard it's got to be to do that? People are like, I don't want to say shit. People don't want to go up there and get themselves in trouble, say some shit, be like, that's the guy that got Diddy put in jail. Boom, those are the 4 jurors. Those are these people. Those are the 8 people. Those are the 20 people. That's the problem. The person that says not guilty, the world could, a lot of people might love them. People might hate them. They might get a lot of hatred. People are going to know your name. It's going to get out, people in the chat. Now, right now, coming to the building right now, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. If you want to call into the show, we're going to ask you some questions. You're coming to the show for about a minute or 2. That's it. And then we'll exit out. People come to the chat right now. If the shit works perfectly, great. If it doesn't, we'll figure it out. Right now in the chat, I'm going to drop the link. Whoever wants to call into the show, it's going to be your time to do so. And we're going to let you call in. We don't care where you're from. We don't care what you got. Just make sure that you have your phone on or whatever you got in the building right now. I'm dropping a link right now in the chat. Click it right now and you can call into the show. And I will make sure that I can see you in the building right there as you call in to the chat to make sure that you are rocking and rolling and you are live. I'm taking a look at it right now. People, click that link. You can call in right now if you guys want to call into the show, have conversation in the building right now, wherever you're based. There's the link. You can click on it. And if you got something you want to say, you'll pop up on the screen with me, and I will make sure that I merge it in, and I will see you right now. People call into the chat right now. We got some people that are calling in. I see some names coming into the chat right now. All right, coming into the building, make sure you turn on your visual. Make sure you got your cameras on. I see some people that are trying to call in right now already. Just make sure you turn your cameras on. I do see people that are calling into the chat right now. So if you're on there right now, make sure you got your video on and you got your sound on. I do see and I do hear some stuff coming through. Just make sure you turn your damn video screen on if you're calling into the show right now, because we're going to make sure that you are visible right now. We have someone that's in there. Turn it on right now. I believe Abby is on the screen right now calling into the show. I believe you're there. Make sure you have your live video on. I see this. I see you on there, and I will show you what it looks like when you guys call in, just so you guys get an idea. I'll be at the top of the screen like this right here, and you'll be at the bottom of the screen. As soon as you come in, just make sure you turn on your camera. People, when you join the show, when you come into the building right now, you have to turn on your camera. This is the first time we're allowing people to do this as a part of what we're doing right now. So make sure right now, I can see you guys that are calling. Make sure I believe Abby's in there. Make sure you turn your freaking screen on, people. Make sure your video is turned on. You have to hit accept on there and turn your audio on, and you can call into the show. The link is in there. I'll drop it one more time for the people that want to join. I think Abby is in there right now. I'll drop the link one more time. It is now in there. Click on it and make sure that you have your camera on so you guys can have conversation. You call into the show and you can talk live with me. And while we're waiting on that, I see people. I will see when you call in, I'll see your picture pop up and you guys get it right. Whoever's in there right now, I will make sure that I merge you in. But you have to turn your camera on and you got to have your sound on. People watching the show right now, I can see it right now. Your chance right now to call into the show. Make sure you do that right now. I have the audio feature on and everything is live. You guys can call in. So while we're waiting on people to do so, while we're waiting on that right now, I want to make sure that I give you guys some more information. So look, when we're talking about, you know, the whole situation with the jury and going through it, and you got the problem that I'm seeing is when they're seeing these pictures, it's trying to, the prosecution obviously is trying to persuade them, right? Okay, let me get you the password. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this done for you. Give me 1 second. I believe, give me 1 second, people in the chat right now. Oh, I seen Abby, you did call in. Let me check on something right now. Let me drop the password for you. Give me 1 second. I mean, I apologize, people that are calling to the show right now. You could have just clicked the link and it allowed you to go on. Let me drop the password in the chat for you. Give me 1 second. Hold on. People watching the show right now, why I do this, why I set that up, I'm going to put this video on for you guys to take a look at this because this shit, I'm going to play this video as a recap. Just when you guys can do this of the security guard real quick that we love watching. Watch this recap while I get ready to set her up on the screen of these Turkish baths and shit. While we're watching this recap, I'm going to get Abby set up to call into the show and people will be able to come in live as well. Pay close attention to this one.
I knew I should wait outside of Turkish baths for him. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together. That's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people and they meet them at the Turkish bath and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. So they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath.
Well, you know, some of these videos, when I watch them, is it his fault that he was doing this? Is he wrong for doing this kind of shit? No, right? Like, he's not wrong for doing the kind of shit that he was doing, right? And that's why I showed the TMZ stuff here. But the more they keep doing it, they got to get more than that. They got a lot of heat coming. Obviously, they got more shit coming right now. And I'm going to drop this in the chat, another video right here while waiting for Abby to call in.
Day 2 of the Diddy trial, prosecutors won. They didn't necessarily win for the reasons you might think. I will say that I think there was a problem prosecutors had, but we have an update at the end of this video where something happened in real time that could change everything. There was damning testimony, and I think this is why the prosecutors won today, that Cassie said on the stand that Diddy would threaten to release videos of the Freakoff with her in it, various Freakoff, she said. That's extortion. And what the prosecution needs to prove is force or coercion. And there is no doubt, I think, in any jury's mind, that if you say to somebody, I'm going to release video of you in a Freakoff, that's extortion, except what it requires is this. unless you do something or unless you don't do something. She has not closed that loop yet. She hasn't said he threatened to release video of the Freakoffs unless I participated in more of them. If she said that squarely, case over as far as I'm concerned. That's coercion, and that's enough, I think, for the jury to convict. She hasn't completed that loop and said the threat to release the Freakoff videos was so she would do X. She hasn't said that squarely, but there's certainly an intimation there that he was forcing her to do things. Is that enough? I don't know, but it's certainly something, and it's important if he's holding something like that over her head. Now, the reason I said that it's not what you think in terms of why the prosecutors won is, I think that statement about threatening to release the videos is really damning. But
the problem that I see with Cassie is she wanted to please him so much, right? Abigail, if you're trying to call in live to the show, you can click on it right now. Make sure you're into the building right now. I'm looking at it right now. You are good to call in, Abby. I'm looking at it right now. All you got to do is click, drag. As soon as you enter the chat, you're going to pop up on the screen. Just hit enter into the building right now so we can actually show you. Let me see right now. Let me see. Yeah, we got it visible right now. We're ready for you to come into the chat. Come on into the building. Just hit enter, and you'll be live on the screen. Obviously, we're making some adjustments to this. People in the chat right now. People that are calling in. Abby is on the line trying to get her merged into the chat. While we're working on all that, we greatly appreciate all your patience in the show while we're adding all the live callers and stuff to the mix. There's a lot going on in the background here. We'll be continuously working on that while I show a couple of new clips of refreshers in here until we get it right. But we'll almost have this set up for you guys. But take a look at this. This is what this video here was one that you see this guy, he comes on and he's so pissed off about the whole situation. But take a look at the energy that you're getting from people nowadays, just coming out of the woodwork.
P. Diddy thing, it's finished, it's done, it's over. Right now, the rest of this, it's all for show. When the feds want you, the feds are gonna have you. Now the question is, how long is this man gonna be able to stay alive before somebody goes after him for the information that he knows? Sean Puffy Combs, I have no doubt that he can drop the dime on everybody. There wasn't a corner in this man's house that he was not filming, didn't have a camera, watching every single one of those celebrities. But this is gonna be like a domino effect. And I'm gonna take pleasure in watching every single one of them fall for their crimes against humanity, for what they did to women and children, to every one of those kids that came forward and said, yeah, he hurt me. Yeah, I didn't like them doing that to me. I tried to keep telling them, no, I didn't like it. But they just wouldn't stop. Some of these kids are quoted by saying that they were told that this was okay, that you are going to be all right, that you are in the presence of kings, the ones that run Hollywood, to make any of those childs feel that any of this was normal. Every one of you needs to be held accountable, starting with Sean Puffy Combs. But it won't end there. And we're gonna come after every single one of you. If you had any dealings or any part of compromising women, children, babies, any of our loved ones, the truth will unveil itself. And you have to pay for everything and every heart and every soul that you have took. And that is all I gotta say about that. Midnight.
Just dropped a new link in there for you, Abby. Now try that one. Check it out. See if you can call into the show right now. If it works out perfect, we're going to make sure that you are live in the building right now. You have the password. You have the link. Try to get in there right now, Abby, so we can get you in the building right now. Obviously, this is a new piece of the pie what we're adding here to our show. So we want to make sure that we have Abby calling in live. And listen, if it works out today, great. We appreciate it. I'm sending the links out to you guys. We have more live callers. We have people that are coming in from NFL backgrounds, NBA backgrounds. So we're working on these new opportunities. Abby, I just dropped it in there for you. Jump into that right now. I sent you the link. I sent you the password. You just click on it right now and you come into the building. As soon as you click accept in the chat, you pop up. You got to make sure that your camera, when you enter, that your camera is on in the building right now. Anybody that wants to call in, you're going to see we're going to do this. Abigail, I'm taking a look at it. I know you said you are ready, and I see your name in the chat right now. People, I appreciate your patience as we're trying to get the live callers screen set up right now in the building. I'm watching it live right now. You know, before we get Abby in, you know what's crazy about this whole thing? That even though the Cassie's saying all this stuff, she got paid a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? In the chat right now, how much money in the chat right now did she get paid? And I don't care how much she got, but I think there's going to be a reflection of this because she got paid a lot of money. And when she got paid all that money, I think the court's going to say, holy shit, well, you got paid that kind of money. You know, you obviously thought after I got paid that it's settled. Am I right? Once you get paid that money, you think it's settled. They probably subpoena her, right? They sent a subpoena out and said, look, you got to come to court. She probably was thinking, I got paid. I'm all my life. I got my husband. I'm having another baby. You guys know. You guys see the picture. I'm having this. I want to get out of here. I don't think she really wants to be involved in this anymore, to be honest with you. But after being subpoenaed, having to go to court and testify, that's where the problem starts, where she literally has to go to court right now. She's got no choice, I think, of the matter. And that's where things start to get interesting. We had so many stories, if you go back in time, so many stories, and I show some of this stuff because it's interesting, and some of it's confusing, right? Like, you're like, how did he controlled so many people's lives? But at the end of the day, you're innocent until proven guilty, right? Innocent until proven guilty. And that's why I show some of these clips in here. People that join us for the first time as we get ready to have live callers come in. I want to make sure that I get this shit done in the building right now. I want you guys to hear some of these clips that go back to Hollywood. I'm showing you the refreshers as we get ready to get the people to call into the show. Obviously, we're waiting for Abby to be able to call into the building right now if we can get that done. Abby, if you see it, click that link, get in there. You got to hit enter. Somebody else wants to try to get into the building. You should be able to call right in. Click that link. You should be able to pop right up on the screen. You hit that link. You got the password. You got to hit enter in there and make sure you hit accept. You got to show your camera. You have to enable your camera to be visible. I see it right here. If you hit enable for your camera to be visible, you can call into the show right now with that link, Abby, I sent over there. Let me go in here right now. Let me pin that link actually to the top. I apologize. Here's the link right here. I'm going to pin it to the top here for you. Replace pin messages. There we go. There's the link, Abby. There's the link, obviously. And then I sent you the password there for people in the chat right now. I'm actually going to make sure that I copy that password for you again. You got to put the password. You hit the link right now. You can call into the show. You hit the link, and then you click, and then you obviously, there's your password. Copy and paste that password, and then you will call into the show. Abigail, I see your messages in the chat. I see you. You said you're ready to come in. I see your messages, but I don't see you popping up. You have been accepted to come into the chat, so I'm not sure why it's not working. I'm doing my best to have you come into the show and communicate. I just don't see you in here live as I try to merge it. Your screen is not showing up yet for us right now in the chat, so we haven't been able to merge you yet. So people else that want to call in, I greatly appreciate you coming to the building right now. So let me do something right now. Let me move on to the piece of the pie I want to talk about. People in the chat right now. I think this is kind of important to talk about. The Freakoffs. When these people were invited to the Freakoffs, right? When they got to the Freakoff, they were trying to have fun. I don't think many people, look, I know there's people out there that are crazy, wild, do weird shit. I know that. But the people that show up at the Freakoffs, what did they want to do? You know what I'm saying? People in the chat, someone else try to link and see if you can do it and make sure that, someone else in the building right now, I agree. Someone else try to get it. I try to let her in. It's not working out for her live call. I'm not sure what's going on, if she's on a mobile device or what, but it's not working. If it's on my end, we'll get it corrected after the show. But I think that it should be fine. People that are trying to come in. Somebody else click that link and use the password and see if they can try to get in. The link is right there. All you do is click on it, put the password in. You should be able to get right into the building. I'm waiting for you to call in live into the show to hear your piece of the pie. But I don't know what the hell's going on with that, but we'll get back to that in a minute. When you talk about the Freakoffs and the parties, these people going there and having a good time, running around, hanging out with Diddy, all these celebrities and that, do you realize that a lot of them went there because they wanted to have a good time? A lot of people went there for some crazy shit that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit that shit that went crazy. But the problem is Diddy has something else on his mind that we know. This is all in my mind. It's hypothetical. We don't know, allegedly, whatever, right? He has something else in his mind, and he proved that stuff with Cassie when obviously he had all this shit going on with Cassie and all this shit with the urination, all that, just kind of humiliating her in a position where it's like, damn, What a shitty freaking feeling. And we don't know what's going on. Let me pin that to the top. JMO said, Diddy is not the top dog, though. He's a fall guy, right? Is that true? Is that true? This is something that people have been talking about, everybody. People have been saying that Diddy, that he's not the only one. Like, the people are ahead of him. Maybe. Maybe not. But the Freakoff parties, I can tell you this, the Freakoff parties were out of control. And they got video footage of in clips, but can they show it in court? That's the problem they got. All they got right now that they're showing that people can see that's not the jury is this kind of stuff. Parties, okay, things going on. But when you break it down and she gets on the stand and explains that Cassie went for 4 days sometimes at a Freakoff. Can you imagine 4 days at a Freakoff? Can you imagine 1 day at the Freakoff? 4 days straight, whether it was drugs, and obviously we showed the picture of what she actually looked like before. But this is her a little bit younger and still beautiful, but now pregnant, about to have a baby. So it's, look a little bit different at this point in time. But the thing I'm trying to tell you is all these guys, she's out there getting escorts. These guys probably showing up going, shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how she actually feels. Someone else in the chat right now, try to call in right now so we can see if we get this worked out, because people in the building right now, let me see. I'm looking at it right now, the people that are calling in. I'm not sure if there's an issue on our end. If you're watching live right now, we have it set up for live callers. I have the links. You can see right here. I'll show you the merge screen. You'll pop up right here on the screen. And as soon as I see you pop up, I merge this screen right here, and you'll be there. We can hear you loud and clear. If we have an issue right now, with it, I will get it fixed. I will get that fixed on my end. I will double check that, and I will go through some tests after the show today. Abigail, if you're trying to call in, I appreciate you. We're going to have live callers now starting every single day. So this is going to be fixed. People watching the live stream, I appreciate it. If it's my fault on my end, I will fix it. I apologize if it's on my end and it's not going through properly. I will fix that. But on my end, it shows that it's clear, but I'll get that done today. Every single day moving forward from today, we will have live callers popping into the building, having a good time. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to test it from my end right now and see if that's the problem. Give me 1 second right now while you guys are so patient. I greatly appreciate you beautiful people in the chat right now. Here we go. I'm going to drop the link. Actually, no, I'm going to click on it myself and see if it's working. And now I'll know right now if there's a problem. I'm going to test it right now for myself, people live in the stream. Here we go. Let me get down here, chat. All right, here we go. Let me get to the link here for 1 second. I apologize again, people in the chat right now. If you can't get in there, I'm gonna do this right now. Give me 1 second. Here we go. I'm actually typing on my phone right now for all you beautiful people that are joining us right now with so much patience. I'm typing in the password so that way I can make sure that I know that that's actually working. Give me 1 second here. Here we go. I'm gonna call myself into the stream on my mobile device and see if it's actually working or not. Give me 1 second. Here we go. And the password is 851. Here we go, 283, and then it's 2403. 2403. There we go. I'm checking right now. People in the chat. Everybody put Diddy in the chat right now. Let people know what we're talking about. And yes, I apologize, and I greatly appreciate your patience today, as obviously I want people to be able to call into the show. Let me click on it right now. Let me scroll up in here. Here's the link. Here we go. Let me see if it works for me, people in the chat. I'm going to see if it works for me. If it works for me, then obviously something else is going on. But I'm checking on it right now, people in the building. Let me drop the link in the chat right now. Here we go. Okay. I'm calling. I'm literally giving myself a new call log right now while we're watching. I appreciate all your patience right now while we're trying to get people to call in live to the chat, because this is the only way to fix the issue, if there actually is an issue right now. If you're in the chat right now, but put where you're from in the chat while we're waiting. Please let people know what the hell's going on and what we're doing. Here we go. Here's the link. Okay. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now so that way people can call in. There is a link right there. Boom. And then I have the password right here. This is a new set right now, people. I'm going to there's the link. Now let me get the password. Give me 1 second. 2473701. Okay, here we go. I got the password here now. Now give me 1 second, people, in the chat right now. I'm calling myself into the freaking chat right now. 1 second. All right. Now, let me hit the link. There we go. Chrome. You pick what if you're going to be Google Chrome or whatever. And here you go. Here's my name, Brandon, test, front camera, join. The password's already there. You don't even got to do it, actually. It's actually there for you. And you just hit join call. If it says vMix, allow, yeah. I'm in the building right now. It's working for me perfectly. I will show you guys right now on my mobile device how I just called myself in. You can see right here. Take a look at this, people. Look at this right now. I'm going to merge it over so you guys can see that it actually does work. Let me see right here. Video. Okay, yeah. So I see the problem. I do see the problem. We're going to get this fixed. And I apologize. Abby, I do see you calling into the show. I'm going to get that fixed. And Abby, I want to get your input, and I apologize. I do see right here people that are in here right now. I see people clicking the link. You know what I'm going to do right now while we're watching people in the building? Give me 1 second. I'm going to do something special right now. Give me 1 second, people that are watching live. Give me 1 freaking second here. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I'm gonna do something different to make it work for you guys. And I appreciate all your patience. And I know today is a big day to talk about the shit. When you call in, you have to hit join call. Okay, everyone watching, you hit join call and it says front camera, back camera, whatever. You put your name and then the password. But I'm gonna give you a different situation here to make it easier. I'm gonna close these out. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make it easier for you guys right now. There we go. I got a better situation. Video call. Here we go. I'm going to do this a little bit different for you guys here. We're going to do, you can either go to, you can visit the vMix, you guys can visit vmixcall.com or use the password link below. Give me 1 second, people live. And I apologize again. I know people in live stream going, what the fuck? People in the chat, I'm getting it fixed, so be patient 1 more second. It says here, okay, guests can visit this here with this password or use the link below. Okay, got it. So look, everybody in the chat, I got a better idea for you here. Here we go. I'm going to drop it in the building, make it easier for you to see if this works. I'm going to see if this one works right now. Here we go. Call.com. Here's the link in the chat, people. Everybody, I'm going to put the password. Give me 1 second. Don't click on it yet. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Use that link right there. I just dropped it in the chat right now. And now I'm going to send the password to you right now as well. Try this one for now. If this one works, then we'll use this one for today. And then if it doesn't, we'll have to regroup tomorrow when we get it done. But there's another chat right there. People in the building, try that right there, Abby. Click that link right there and use that password and see if that works. Hopefully this will work out. If you come into the chat right now, we can at least give your standpoint today if this shit works out. But there you go. And I apologize, everyone watching. You guys are wonderful for hanging out during all the freaking technical difficulties right now. But it's super important that we get this done. By tomorrow morning, I will have all this fixed. All this will be adjusted for you, so you don't got to worry about that. Abby's trying right now to get into the chat right now. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, I will by tomorrow morning have all this adjusted for Friday for tomorrow morning show to make sure that you guys can call in live. And I do apologize. While we're waiting for that, Abby, I want to show another video real quick. I think that's important to go over, which I think was interesting, but awkward at the same time. I'm going to show this clip right here that people have seen on our platform before. But this one is interesting as hell, to be honest with you. The security guard about how he feels about Puff. I'm going to show this. This is a recap while I get Abby into the room. Pay close attention to this video. I think you guys are going to like this. If you haven't seen it, if you have seen it already, just enjoy it because the shit is still coming.
It all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in the exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I'm like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo. I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still going to tease him. I'm still going to mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. So when he got I just waited at the counter. So when he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina because they was doing the show. You know what I'm saying? So they were gonna do the show the next day. So Puff had the presidential suite, and him, the rapper, Sarah, and this other girl, young girl, they was in the room. Now you hear all this stuff going on and everything like that. I was like, okay. So I heard a bell ring. When the bell ring, I go to the door. I said, what's up? He said, my cousin up here in the room, I want to check him. You know, see, is he all right? I said, who your cousin? He said, Ja Rule. I said, he good. He said, yeah, but I want to check on him. I said, he in the room, man. They don't want to be bothered. He said, well, I'm going to go check on my cousin. I said, bro, you ain't getting in that room. He was like, yo, I'm getting in that room. I said, yeah, bro, trust me. Jesus Christ has to gonna come down here and take the air out of my body for you to get in that room.
All right, Roger's in the building.
Believe what I'm saying. Yo, I'm going in that room. So he tried to do the bum rush, go in the room. I grabbed him, threw him up against the piano. You know, it was a little, you know how you throwing somebody around the room, threw him up against the piano, and then Puff ran out. He was grabbing the towel. Ja ran out. He was grabbing the towel. Ja Rule ran out. He was grabbing the towel. And then Ja Rule was like, Puff was like, yo, well, Jane, what's up? I said, yo, dude tried to get in the room, man. He said he Ja cousin. And I told him he couldn't go in the room. And he was like, I was like, yeah, Gene, that's my cousin. He said, but you ain't want to go up in there because there was a lot of freaking going on. That's exactly what he said. You know what I mean? Or freaky stuff going on. And and I said, I let him go. And then Puff looked at Ja Rule. He was like, and they went back in the room. When Ja said, you don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind.
All right, so we got Roger. I see you in the chat right now. I seen you call into the show. Roger, move your camera out. Make sure that it's working live. I do see you in there. It looks like it's on pause right now for some reason. So I do see some of the technical difficulties being fixed in the chat right now. I do see people that are trying to call in into the chat. I do see people, and I don't want to merge it in. I will show you what I'm seeing here if you want to see in just a moment. But what I'm noticing right now in the chat right now is that we have, here we go right now. Let me see something right now. Camera 1, camera 3, camera 4, camera 5. Here we go. We got the live callers coming in right now. Let me make sure. I'll show you what it looks like right now. I won't keep it on too long because I want you guys to see that we actually do have it in. It is called into the show. You guys can take a look. You're live on the screen, Raj, but you're frozen. I see Roger tried to call in. I'll show you right now what I'm looking at so you can see. It's frozen on the screen right now. So the callers are coming in. I got to work on the situation. I see callers trying to come in right now into the chat, and I see that it's frozen. It might be because too many people at one time. It might be the issue. I have to see what's going on with the situation. But I will. Oh, I see what's going on. It is visible now in the chat. Let me see right now. Try to call in again. Abby, use that same information to see if you can call in again. Let me see if I can disconnect. Boom. Okay. Try to call in again, see if it works. But you guys can see the callers, the screens are coming in, but we got to just see if we can get that resolved. I apologize, people calling into the show. My goal is for every single day to make sure that all of you guys can come in, obviously, and enjoy the show. And that's why I'm trying to add this feature. But what I have this amazing software that is very difficult to understand how to use because it is so high tech, which is why I'm working on this. But I will tomorrow morning have this. I know we're running out of time till 11 o'clock. You guys are amazing for hanging out with me during all the technical difficulties. I'm going to make sure I work on this shit before we get into the live stream. Again, I can't apologize enough for that. This was an important day. Abby, tomorrow, I will make sure you are set up for the show tomorrow morning. We're going to make sure that we get all this stuff. Robo, I have a whole system over here. How to producer. I have all this stuff going on. We have all kinds of sponsors. I just want to make sure that all this gets assembled because we have a new studio being built. So before I leave you guys today, I just want to say something real quick. First off, I appreciate you. But more important than that right now, what I want to say is this. You got to understand the reality of this case a little bit deeper. Like, I've been doing shorts and videos and uploading shit all the time. But the problem is this woman, right, who's shown up to trial got paid all this money. And so I think the problem is going to be this. You got paid a lot of money. Time to move on. They subpoena her, but she already closed the chapter. If she showed up and she was just, everything was a problem, her life was in shambles and she didn't get that money. Oh, here you go. We got Roger in the chat right now. It's working now. We got it working right now. Let me see if I get the audio on. Give me 1 second here. See, he's in there. Can you guys hear Roger? Can you hear us?
What's up?
All right, we can hear you. Hold on. Let me turn the echo off. I'm echoing here, but they can hear you. Make sure they show that you can hear right now.
I hear you.
All right, you're out there. So why don't you give us your take real quick? While we're watching right now, give us your take on Diddy right now real quick. We only have a minute. Let us know real quick what your take is on Diddy and Cassie real quick. Give us a minute right now. How you feeling?
Well, the whole thing is crazy, but I think he's got to go down no matter what. She went through a lot there. I mean, I'm sure they got it in these videos, so we'll have to see what happens.
You know what, Roger? Here's what I ask you though: do you think the jury and the people are gonna be different because of her being pregnant? Like, do you think that they're gonna look at her and go, "Oh, because she's pregnant, she's going to have a lot more sympathy," or are they going to say, "No, you wanted that lifestyle, so you chose this shit"? How do you think about that?
I think that's going to be a natural human, you're going to naturally feel that way when you see a pregnant woman in front of you. You're naturally going to feel sorry for her. I think that may even be what they're going for. I don't know.
That's what I will tell you. That's interesting that you said that because they chose the jury the way that they chose the jury, and now they're bringing their witnesses in, and she's the star witness. They said she's the star witness, which to me would be the most important witness of the whole show. So for her to be up there and be pregnant sitting there, what do you think about her husband, though? That, like, her husband, the family, the kids in the courtroom. Give us your take on that. I know we ran out of time, but give us your take on, like, Diddy's kids in there watching and then her husband watching this whole thing.
It's got to be tough on the family. Obviously, I mean, I'm thinking that the husband probably knew a lot of this going in, so maybe it's not a surprise, but it's still tough. But to have their kids in there and Diddy's kids, I mean, that's just crazy.
And that's, it's so funny because you just said, I was thinking, like, he knew this shit was going on for years. If he's dating this girl, he's having a baby, all this is going on, they're going to trial. I'm sure he was prepped for this. He knows this shit's going to get out of control and wild. But even though he knows that, their relationship, will this change their relationship moving forward? Now, I was going to ask Abby this question. I was like, as a woman, though, but I couldn't get her into the show. Do you think that the relationships of, for Cassie and her husband is going to change after this whole thing?
I think kind of like question.
I think we lost him. I apologize. So listen, I appreciate you guys joining the show today. I know we had a lot going on. We're trying to merge all this stuff, and we got new functionalities. People call into the show. We're going to change all that. We're going to make it easy for people to see, easy to understand. I greatly appreciate all you. Thank you. Pippa Mama, for reminding me to close the polls. Look, I was trying to tell you, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me during this whole shit show, trying to figure out all the new updates and components in this building right now. Amani, thank you. There was a lot of technical difficulties, which we're going to get adjusted for tomorrow's show. We're working on all that right now. I know Roger's in the background right now trying to get the cameras adjusted. I know you're still there. Thank you so much. I'm going to end today's show because I got a little bit late and behind. But listen, guys, tomorrow I'm going to have this all done. I'm live for the game tomorrow night for the Knicks game. But tonight, guys, no, I will not be live for the game. Tomorrow night, I will be live for the game. But tomorrow morning, make sure you guys are here tomorrow morning. Obviously, as soon as you guys get in here, I'll be live. I will have all this working every single day. Monday through Friday, we will have live guests on the show hanging out with us. I thank all you guys for joining our show today. Make sure, hit the like button, subscribe. We'll get all this shit fixed. It's going to be rock and rolling here as we increase all the action and people coming into the building. Thank you guys so much for watching the show, and thanks for trying to call in. We'll get that all adjusted. As we sign off today, you'll see the logo pop up on the screen. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and leave a message on the video. Tomorrow morning, we will spin that wheel. All you beautiful people, I see the chats coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We ran out of time, but I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I have all this shit updated for you. See you guys tomorrow.
Start slowing down after 30 seconds, then you need to see a neurologist because you probably do have Parkinson's. And I'm sitting here going, oh my God, my finger's getting tired. Oh gosh. So then there's another one that says, if I can't touch my ankles and balance at the same time, I might have lupus. I'm like, what the heck? And then one says, if I can't touch my back at a certain time,